Cheesy the Podcast, presented by Just Cheesy Productions.
Hi there, I'm your host Fondue.
I'm Cheesy.
In honor of National Cheese Lovers Day, we're going to learn about cheese lover terminology.
Ooh.
We're going to talk a little bit about cheese single flavors.
Okay.
We're going to talk about glove remnants,
Ew.
burns,
Oh.
and an Arby's cheese keychain.
Whoa.
And of course, no episode would be complete without our very cheesy joke.
Go Joe.
Stay tuned for episode 114, Turophile, on Just Cheesy the Podcast. I know Merriam-Webster.com knows, but do you know what a cheese lover is called?
We gave it away in the title.
Yeah, we kind of did, didn't we?
Yeah.
A cheese lover is called a turophile.
Yep.
It says here that the Greek word for cheese is tyros,
Okay.
and the English phile, meaning lover, came from Greek philos, meaning loving.
Ooh.
This term first got used in 1938,
Whoa.
which was less than 100 years ago.
Yeah.
But it didn't actually become popular until the 1950s.
Really?
When Clifton Fadiman, a radio host, used the word to describe people who love cheese.
Aw.
But apparently, according to wordsense.eu, turophile is not the only word for a cheese lover.
It isn't?
Another word is caseophile.
Whoa.
The first use of this word comes from 1955
Wow.
in a book by Bob Brown called The Complete Book of Cheese.
Ooh.
And according to chucklingcheese.co.uk, they're convinced that turophile and caseophile are very different words.
Whoa.
While a turophile is someone who loves cheese,
Right.
they say a caseophile is someone who has a particular interest in collecting cheese.
Collecting cheese.
And they have an extensive knowledge of cheeses, and they may have even visited different countries to try them out.
Ooh.
They say the caseophile likes wine.
Ooh.
They like to learn about the history of their favorite food, as well as the various production methods.
Wow.
They differentiate the turophile by saying they have a passion not only for cheese, but all dairy products like butter and yogurt.
Yum.
And WisconsinCheese.com has a couple of other cheese terms.
Really?
They have a fancy word for cheese making,
Uh-oh.
and I'm going to butcher it.
Yeah, you are.
It's probably called caseculture.
Oh, boy.
Affinage is a French word that describes the aging or ripening of cheese.
Right.
There's a French word
Oh, boy.
for a cheesemaker called fromager.
Okay.
It's probably fromager.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
And someone who sells cheese is called a cheesemonger.
Yeah.
You can hear about all the things we learned about makers, sellers, and lovers in our old episode from the first season, number 16. It's definitely one of our favorites.
Yeah, it is.
Wisconsin Cheese and Cheesemongers are not a sponsor.
Nope.
But if they were, the ad would go right here. Have you ever wanted to listen to the web?
Yeah.
Well, Newsly makes that possible.
They do?
They're an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android.
Super app.
You can listen to trending articles on the web on topics that you choose and get them read to you in a natural human voice.
What kind of topics?
Sports,
Cheese?
tech, business, science.
Cheese?
I'm sure there's even cheese.
Yay!
They even have an entire section for podcasts.
Are we there?
Of course we are.
Ooh.
It's one of my new favorite podcast apps. They even have digital radio.
Holy cow.
Just go to www.newsly.me to download it free.
Whoa.
Or use the link in the description. If you use the promo code CHEESY,
Cheesy.
that'll get you 1 month free premium subscription.
Yay, Newsly.
Now, back to the podcast. It's time for my favorite segment.
This week in cheese.
According to usatoday.com, Kraft is going to introduce 3 new cheese flavors to their singles.
Ooh.
According to this article, they're bringing in jalapeno,
Ooh.
garlic and herb,
Ooh.
and caramelized onion.
Yum.
They'll be available this month in 16-slice packs.
Ooh.
And they're going to round out their current roster, which is American cheese, Swiss, white American, sharp cheddar, and pepper jack.
Yum.
And apparently there's a new recall.
Oh, no.
According to foodsafetynews.com, there is a shredded cheese product that's been recalled
Oh, no.
from Louisville, Ohio, from the Byrie Cheese Company.
Uh-oh.
The cheese was distributed in 4 states, Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, and Ohio.
Ooh.
And they're recalling Members Mark mild cheddar fancy fine shredded cheese.
Whoa.
These come in 5-pound bags and they have 8 packages per case.
Okay.
But they're saying they're being recalled because of foreign material in the product,
Oh.
specifically glove remnants.
Oh, no.
This is a good note for anybody that's shredding cheese. Try to keep your gloves and hands out of the grater.
Yeah.
According to TribeLive.com, a woman is suing Kennywood,
Oh, no.
alleging that she got second-degree burns after the hot cheese from her potato patch fries dripped onto her hand.
Ouch.
Now, before you start getting, there's so many frivolous lawsuits, let's talk a little bit about severe burns.
Yeah.
This wouldn't be the first lawsuit about severe burns and hot cheese.
Really?
According to burn-injury-resource-center.com,
Whoa.
back in 2011, a couple filed a suit in California against Walt Disney Parks.
Oh, no.
They say their young son suffered severe burns because of scalding hot nacho cheese.
Aw.
And I know a lot of people make light about the McDonald's lawsuit from 1994.
Yep.
But there are some suggestions out there as to how hot products should be served.
Yeah.
And according to nrckids.org, they talk a little bit about hot liquids and food.
Okay.
There are some pretty alarming stats in this article.
Yeah.
They say that hot liquids can cause burns at these rates: 15 minutes at 120 degrees Fahrenheit,
Okay.
but only 15 seconds at 133 degrees Fahrenheit,
Whoa.
5 seconds at 140,
Oh, my.
2 seconds at 149,
Oh, my.
and 1 second at 156 degrees.
Holy cow.
So if at 1 second, 156 degrees is all it takes to cause a burn, the McDonald's coffee lady's suit becomes a lot more serious.
Yeah.
She suffered third-degree burns because at the time, McDonald's was serving their coffee at between 180 and 190 degrees Fahrenheit.
Whoa.
That's 82 to 88 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
That's almost 30 degrees more than what it takes for a 1 second burn.
Holy cow.
And according to foodsci.oregonstate.edu, they have a paper about hot beverage temperatures.
Okay.
They talk about a need to distinguish between brewing temperatures and serving temperatures.
Oh, yeah.
They say that high temperatures are not only unnecessary, but they're also unsafe.
Yeah.
And they suggest an appropriate range for service temperatures between 130 and 160 degrees.
Wow.
MayoClinic.org suggests that you should cool the burn by running it under cool, not cold, running water for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
And they say if the burn is in your mouth, place a piece of ice in your mouth for a few minutes.
Ooh, ouch.
Make sure to remove any tight items from the burned area and don't break the blisters.
Whoa.
But I'm not a doctor.
No, no.
And I'm also not a scientist.
No, you're not.
So if you've suffered a severe burn, you may want to call your doctor or call 911.
Yeah.
Be super careful out there with your hot cheese.
Yes, please.
And in the last article this week, according to WTHR.com, Arby's is offering something pretty cool.
Ooh.
I can't tell if this was just on January 20th or not, but they said for $2, you can have the keys to the cheese.
Ooh.
They're selling a keychain that can be used for free cheese cups for the entirety of the rest of 2024.
Holy cow.
They're also selling a 2 for $7 meal. It's called Cheddarthon,
Ooh.
and it includes its beef and cheddar, fish and cheddar, or fried mac and cheese bites.
I'm ready for a joke, Fondue.
Okay, why do turophiles love cheesy jokes?
I don't know.
Because they love to have a Gouda laugh. Do you get it? A Gouda laugh.
So dumb.
Yep, it was just as dumb as they always are, and a little bit cheesy. Thanks for listening to Just Cheesy the Podcast, episode 114, Turophile.
Thank you.
If you're a cheese lover like we are,
Yeah.
let us know what you did on the 20th
Oh,
to
yeah.
celebrate this very special cheese holiday.
Stay cheesy, everybody.